Hello and welcome to another edition of A Better Life. I'm Dr. Fry, and I tell you what, we've got a great show planned for you today. But a lot of you have been asking questions on emailing things to us, and we've been trying to answer all your questions. And I like that feedback that I'm getting from all of you, because it tells me that, hey, there's actually people out there in TV land that are actually watching. And we are trying to find some more guests to talk to you about buying homes. And you had one person from over in Plaquemine that wrote in and said, you know, I'm thinking about buying a car, and I've got a real problem because I really don't know. It's been years since I bought a new car, and, you know, where do I go and not get ripped off? Well, I suggest buy a Harley, because that's what I ride. But hey, you know what? Not everybody can ride a motorcycle every day. Welcome to the show today. A kid by the name of Kevin Curtis. Curtis is who was with me today. Welcome, Curtis. How you doing? Now, what's the name of the company you're with?
It's Crown Auto Sales.
Crown Auto Sales. Now, I understand this is a daddy-son operation?
Father-son operation.
Yeah.
I pretty much run it. He's pretty much out of town at the auctions and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's a good place to buy cars.
It is.
Good place to buy cars. Unfortunately, us public people can't just walk in there and do it.
No, you can't.
You guys with that little dealer license is privy to that, aren't you?
Right, correct.
How long has your family been in the business?
About 11 years now.
11 years.
11 years now.
And you went to school where?
College or high school?
Whichever one you want to talk about.
St. Stanislaus, I got the T-shirt on.
Yeah.
St. Louis, Mississippi. I went to college in Marshall, Texas. So
yeah. What did you study?
Business administration.
Well, you're perfect to be in the business.
I am.
Buying a car is a real trick, and I've almost resorted to the way I live is I just lease. I'm like, I'm done with owning and maintaining and all that stuff, and I lease cars. But that's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
And trying to find a used car and a reliable dealer, what do you recommend to people out there that are thinking about trading their car in? What should they first do? Let's talk about that. What should they first do to their existing car before they bring it in for you to look at and give an appraisal?
Basically, have it clean. I have people bring it and it's filthy, but clean it up. You know, just make sure everything is in good condition on it, and we'll give you a good trade value on it.
Does it matter that they go out and maybe put new tires on it and it's fresh and
not necessarily, but you know.
Does that improve, or is it a blue book thing and it's all it is?
It's just a blue book thing. Our biggest concerns are as long as the transmission and the engine work, hey, we'll take it. You know?
It's transportation.
Transportation, right. So, you know.
All right, so what about people that are trying to get financed and looking for a good deal there? Is there a lot of financing available now? I mean, in the home market, of course, we went through that whole thing, and now it's harder than heck for people to buy a house.
Exactly.
What about cars? Has that changed?
Cars are pretty easy. We do in-house financing. If you come with about 40% down, our motto is if you have half, we'll go half with you. So.
Well, that's a good motto.
Yeah, it is. So, you come with half down on that particular vehicle.
Right.
And
you got cars ranging from what's your cheapest car on the lot today?
Cheapest car on the lot today, maybe about 5,000.
5,000.
So if you come about 2,500,
you
drive it today. Drive it off today.
And then, so if a person does that and they owe you 2,500, how many months or years do they have to pay it off? I mean, that's traditional.
It's based on what kind of note they can handle. We go however many months with this note at this many months. So we try to get the note to where it can be affordable, along with you paying your insurance. We don't want to make it too hard on people. So
right. Yeah. Well, buy here, pay here is something that kind of went away years ago. I'm shocked that it's still in existence.
It's still in existence,
and that's good because a lot of people can't go to a bank or traditional financing and get financed.
Right. And see, we're really for first-time buyers. Like if you buy a car with me and you pay good on it for at least 6 months to a year, when you trade it back in and want to get something bigger, now I probably can get you in a credit union or a bank. You won't have to pay all that interest. We're really for first-time buyers as far as the financing goes.
I understand that. And you're going to pay more interest to get that, but you're offering a service that no one else will. So you've got all the risk.
Exactly.
And a good friend of mine in Pensacola, he owned a tow truck, and that's what he did.
Okay.
Was work for guys like you. And I rode along with him a couple of times. It was fun.
Yeah, it is.
And of course, now there's reality shows about it. But back then in the 90s, it was like, that was real daredevil stuff.
Right,
Sneak into a guy's yard and take his car back away. That was fun.
Thank God we haven't had to do a lot of that, but I do have a guy, if it comes down to that.
If it comes down.
We try to help, If he pulls up and you have the money on you, he'll take the money and keep the car,
That's right.
We just want to help,
Right. And everybody's got to start somewhere. Right. I mean, and cars are expensive now.
They are.
I mean, they're very expensive.
They are.
But the $1,000, $1,500 rides you don't have.
Sometimes we get trade-ins that I don't have much in, so we're not in love with them. So, we let you have it if you want it. If that's all you have and you really want it and you need it.
Right.
Sometimes we break even. Sometimes we lose a couple hundred, but it's all about making the customer happy, and they'll send somebody else. that I make and make a couple.
So when you
dollars on.
size up a customer, and we won't talk about me, but a typical customer comes in and says, I want to get a car. What are the basic questions they got to answer?
Well, they have to fill out a credit app. It's just basically, basically your social security number, your name, your job, how long you've been on your job, and so I can pull a credit app and go from there. I like to look at the credit first.
So now they owe everybody and their brother, and they look like they can afford maybe $200 a month.
Right. I may have a car for you. I mean, at that point, it depends on your down payment. If your down payment is big enough, normally we ask for about the $2,000 range.
Right. So
if you have about $2,000, I normally can work with you.
So. Insurance in this state is very expensive.
It is. It is.
I luckily own homes in other states and don't have to deal with that.
Man, that's good.
But man, alive, you guys really get ripped off here in insurance.
Yeah. You can. Matter of fact, I've had a couple incidents with a couple of insurance companies. Customers get into an accident, and they paid insurance for these years, and then they only get $1,000 back.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's outrageous.
Crazy.
I mean,
Really
as a matter of fact, it's public knowledge. I mean, Louisiana is one of the top, most expensive states in the United States as far as insurance.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely
is. It because you guys don't know how to drive, or what?
They don't. People can't drive in this city, but
it's because there's people like you that are allowing people to buy a car.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I appreciate you being on. That's some interesting stuff.
Yeah,
so what's the best deal you got on the lot today?
Best deal I have on the lot today, honestly, you just have to come by and see, man. I have all kind of deals. Whatever your pockets can accommodate, I have something.
Where's your location at?
It's 8700 Florida Boulevard. It's on the service road, right across from Cortana Mall in Baton Rouge.
Right across from Cortana Mall. So
right in front of Circle Mall.
Where that bowling alley is?
We basically share a lot.
They closed that, didn't they?
That isn't the one they always have business. Oh, man.
Yeah, so that's a good location, Florida Boulevard.
It's a good location.
Right there by Cortana Mall. That way you can hop over and get you a Chick-fil-A sandwich while you're doing the paperwork.
You sure can. It's on Florida and Airline, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's at the intersection.
Have you ever eaten a Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A. You like it? It's off the record.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I love Chick-fil-A.
It's off the record.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
all right, when we come back, we have another guest that wants to share some great information with you. And I hope you found this useful, and I'd like to have Curtis come back with us another time.
That'd be good.
And we'll try and catch up with how business is doing. So, until then, stay tuned. We'll be back after a word from the people who care about a better life.
What are people saying about their Easy Bath walk-in tub?
I had a regular tub, and it was very hard for me as an amputee to push myself up and get out of the tub.
Easy Baths equal easy solutions for worry-free bathing.
I watched her get in and out of that tub a few times, and I would try to help her get in or out of the tub, and that didn't work too well. And so I said, there's got to be a better way.
Easy Baths of Louisiana sells the highest quality walk-in tub with low-interest financing. Easy Bath walk-in tub's exclusive stainless steel and glass door, dual massage therapy, and inline water heater. Easy Baths, a local company with excellent customer service. Call right now for your free in-home consultation and your $750 discount.
Well, welcome back to A Better Life. I'm Dr. Fry, and I tell you what, over the past year, I've been sharing different stories with you about my daughter. She lives in Nashville, of course. She was born with cerebral palsy. We were lucky enough to adopt her when she was 6.5 months old. She's now 22 or 23 years old. Boy, she's getting older. And thriving. The reason she thrives is because there are different state agencies that oversee the welfare of people with special needs. Now, she happens to be with a company called Community Options. There's a lot of different groups out there and organizations that if you have a child with special needs that's becoming an adult and they need a place to live on their own, and they are able to do that, They don't need to be institutionalized. They can go into their own condominium or their own apartment building with another person with the help of a special group of people that oversee that. Now, the private organizations that do that, of course, are companies to make a profit. They take the Social Security money from my daughter, of course, and they also get some matching state funds that are out there to help people with in special needs. But then they have to report to somebody to be sure that they're doing right. As a parent, of course, you can only call so many times and you can only guess what's going on, if the child is being taken care of, if her welfare is properly done. But welcome to the show today, a person that is from this particular area of Louisiana that is with the oversight group of one of those organizations. We're going to find out a lot from Stephanie, I'm sure. Stephanie Brasher, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so how long have you been in social services?
Actually, I've only been with the company for 6 months.
6 months, so you're new to the business.
I'm new to the
What
business.
did you do before that?
I was a nurse for a doctor's office
Okay.
in Gonzales.
Gonzales. And with that, did you see a lot of special needs people come through?
Absolutely, absolutely. We see special needs all the time,
Right.
whether I did pediatric, adult, and elderly.
So you dealt with Medicaid and Medicare and all the
all
different,
of them, yes.
all the special things, yes.
Yes.
It's definitely a God's special children, and luckily there are good organizations that will take care of these kids as they thrive into adulthood. But your job, of course, is to oversee, to be sure that the children stay safe and that their funds are distributed correctly. And just tell us a little bit about what your company does, or what the Gulf State, what's it called again?
Gulf Coast Social Services.
What does it do?
We are a non-for-profit organization. We offer programs through that are funded by the state.
Okay.
We offer services to developmentally disabled adults, foster children, elderly services, veteran services. We offer services to vets. We do total brain injury, spinal cord injury. We offer support in the homes of all of these consumers.
Okay, so you're a nonprofit group that actually provides the services.
We provide the services, yes.
Okay, so you're a lot like Gulf that I was mentioning up in Tennessee. You're a private organization, but of course a nonprofit.
Right.
But you actually will take on a case of a child or that's
Right.
becoming an adult.
Right.
And you will take over and manage all their funds and things of that nature.
Right, depending on how much family support there is, and or if we need to do total support for that person.
Right.
So we have consumers who vary, you know, whether there's a lot of family support involved, or it's their total state dependent, and we offer all support.
Now, what do you refer to them as? Clients?
We refer to them as consumers.
Consumers, okay, consumers. All right, so the consumer is the person with the disability.
That's correct.
All right, and their welfare is in your hands.
That's correct.
Okay, so what is the state organization that oversees you?
DHH, Department of Health and Hospitals, and well, we have Office of Aging Adults. We have
Several different people that watch over.
several different people that
Right,
watch
right,
over us.
okay.
Yes.
All right, so you're actually, I was confused. I thought you was with the state organization that oversaw the people, but you're actually a group that provides the service.
That's
okay.
correct.
So if someone's out there watching and they have a child that is 18, becoming 19, whatever, the 18 of course is the magic number, becoming 18, what do you recommend to them as far as in researching which company to use like yours?
If you are involved with the state and you have state benefits, and these you're through what's called waiver services, where you receive support through the state, and they pay companies like ours to offer support in your home.
Right.
Your case manager with the state
Right.
will give you a list of providers that you can choose from.
Right.
And we're on that list. And so our consumers have the ability to choose us as their provider for their support.
Right. How long has Gulf Coast been in business?
We have been in business since 1983.
So you've been around a while.
We are the largest provider in Louisiana. We have 7 regions.
Do they have a rating service from the government as far as rating businesses like yours? Like, 5-star or 100%, or has anyone ever done that?
You know, I don't have that answer. I'm not
I may have to
positive.
start a parents advocacy group and we'll rate you people. No. Okay, so you were founded in Louisiana, and what is basically the different markets that you serve? You're not just here in Baton Rouge, you said. 7 different areas?
7 different areas. We have Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Hammond, Houma, Lafayette, Lake Charles, and New Orleans.
Wow. And if someone is, of course, like you said, if they're tied to state, they're going to get a list. I remember getting the list, and they
Right.
said, you know, because it's up to the parent or the guardian to choose where this child is going to be taken
That
care
is correct.
of, or the case manager, of course, if there's no parent or whatever. But making that decision is pretty tough.
It is pretty tough.
Trust me, I've been through it, and this is the third agency that I placed my daughter with. Now she's been with them now for, oh man, I guess 6, 7 years with no problems. But
Right.
it is something you have to really get involved. If you care, you've got to get involved
That's
and see
true.
what they do.
That is absolutely
How
true.
do you go about staying in touch with the parent or the guardian as far as in reporting?
We have program directors, and under our program directors, we have coordinators. And the coordinators have a caseload.
Right.
And their caseload is the consumers that they support and place direct service workers in the home to support those consumers. So our coordinators stay in contact. Depending on what program they are, they have certain things that have to be met by the state, like our SIL, which is Support Independent Living. They have to do 3 contacts a week, 1 face-to-face and 2 phone calls. So we stay in contact with our consumers almost daily. A lot of them are almost daily.
Fantastic.
So, and our DSWs, our just direct service workers, they're constantly in contact with their coordinators with questions, with concerns about their consumer. So we stay in contact with our consumers a lot.
Good. All right. Well, I appreciate you being on the show and sharing with us. And
Well,
we've
thank you.
given the information out there, and I hope people will contact you if they have a loved one that needs these special services.
Well, we do private and we do state. So they're welcome to give us a call, visit our website.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
When we come back, our final guest this week has got something you don't want to miss, so you'll want to stay tuned. Right now, we'll hear from some people who care about a better life. WLFT joins all TV stations in our area, reminding you to rescan your digital TV sets so you can pick up all of the new TV stations, which are broadcast free over the air. Hey, you bought the new high-definition TV, so now enjoy the free over-the-air entertainment like the new Country Channel on 30.3, featuring 24-hour music videos and concerts direct from Nashville. More new channels are planned, so change the batteries in your smoke detector and rescan Baton Rouge. Welcome back to A Better Life, and I tell you what, we've only got a few minutes remaining in the show today, but this is a segment you don't want to miss, folks. If you own a trailer, a horse trailer, you got something you're pulling down the road, well, I tell you what, you want to pay attention. And this guy, Jim, is going to be on the show right now, and he is going to be on again in the future. Let me show you some pictures first to get you into this. As you know, there's accidents. Well, welcome to the show, Jim. That's all right. We want to do it to that
Thank you,
first.
Doc.
That's all right. I want to set this up by showing some pictures, so if we could. There's always problems with people having, losing an item when they're pulling it behind their vehicle. I mean, there's just tons of things that can go wrong. And the problem is because as you can tell, folks, people don't hook things properly, and the DOT don't care. The Federal Highway Administration don't care. Laws were passed years ago that put little safety chains on the back of or on the front of a trailer hitch or a boat hitch, and everybody just assumes that's safe. So as you come back to the studio with us, I got a guy with me by the name of Jim
Malazzo.
Malazzo. I tell you, that's a nice Irish name.
Yes.
Jim, where are you from?
I'm from Downsville originally, but been in Baton Rouge for 45 years.
45 years. And
Yes, sir.
well, tell us a little bit about your history. What did you grow up doing? Where did you work and retire from? Because this guy is 70 years old that you're looking at, folks. And
Going
that's
to be
amazing.
70.
Man, I tell you,
Don't rush it.
I hope I look half that
I'm
good.
69 and will be 70 my next birthday.
All right. I want to
But,
get to the product, but quickly, just tell us a little bit about you.
I finished high school and didn't have any idea about going to college. Came from a large family, so I got into the metal trades field, welding and pipe fitting, and
Right.
dealing with just all different types of metals. I went to work for McDermott.
Did you run? Do you know how to run like a milling machine and metal lathes and that kind of stuff? Or are you more of a welder?
I got into the welding part of it.
Pipe
and
fitter type
started
of guy.
welding for McDermott at 19 years old, and welded in nuclear power plants, 50 years at the trade.
And I'll tell you what, working in those kind of places, you had government specs that were just,
Yes,
right
sir.
on line.
You have to, welding is a very unique procedure and very much needed in our world today. But you have to know how to do it and do it by proper procedure.
Oh, yeah.
And there's welding procedures for every type of metal.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you don't use the proper welding procedures, then you can have failure to those welds, which in turn cause people to lose their lives.
I understand.
As far as for welding on chains, the state of Washington has a law that you should not weld on safety chains.
Really?
There's chains that's just tack weld on and have peroxide in the welds, and there's no procedure followed to weld these chains proper if they can be welded.
Well, everybody grabs them with a acetylene torch and a stick and thinks they can weld, but there's a real trick to it.
And that's the problem. You have to have a certified welder, and you have to have a certified technician in anything that you do to have it done right and make sure that it meets the proper specs.
All right. So you're qualified in what you do. Why did you invent this product?
The reason why I invented the Safe Tow product is I had witnessed and knew about trailers coming loose and killing people and accidents where horses were involved, and I had no faith in the present system. It's an age-old system that I just had no confidence in, so I came up with a safety device that would replace the safety chains. And I developed it for myself at first with no inclination of going to the public with it. But after an LSU professor got killed by a runaway trailer, an LSU mascot, and then I start researching the amount of accidents. According to NHTSA, there's 400 to 500 deaths a year with 15 to 20,000 injuries every year by runaway trailers.
Right.
So I did not want that to happen to me.
So you
to where I
invented
would
this.
kill some.
All right, let's take a look at this picture. As you can see, this device that he has done does away with safety chains. So tell us just a little bit about the overall concept here. What no chains, and why is this device much better?
The reason why my safety device is so much better, you can see it's a bar system. It's a solid safety device, unlike the chains that have a lot of slack in it and you can't control your trailer. With this safety device, you can have control of your trailer at all times. I've done a video with it where I even back up the trailer with my safety device. So you have more control of your trailer whenever it comes loose from the primary towing device. As you can see, looking up underneath the vehicle, all of the safety device from the under the vehicle to the tongue of the trailer is all tied in together as one unit. So it's
I'll tell you what,
it's just a whole lot safer than the present system. You cannot lose a trailer with this. It's been tested and proven in an independent laboratory. I won a safety award with it, Innovator of the Year Safety Award with it. Also permitted by the state police, and them writing a declaration of emergency on it, stating that the chains pose a public safety hazard, and this is public record, that safety chains pose that safety hazard because they're inadequate to maintain control of a trailer when it becomes disconnected.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with the design of it. It looks fantastic. It looks very stable, and I've seen all the awards. And as you saw, the product, it's not really something that you can walk down to Walmart and buy at this point. Because
not at this point in time.
You're in the process of either looking for maybe an investment company, or you're looking to get the product out there. And you've run into lots of obstacles with the state DOT and stuff. People certify it as the greatest thing since sliced bread, but people don't want to invest the money. But it's not that expensive. You said these things could retail for what, a couple $100, $250 installed?
You know, at the most. And you know, with the numbers, going up, you could get it down pretty much.
Oh yeah, if you get into mass, and I know you want to build it in the United States.
The thing about it, when you do the math and put the numbers on this safety device versus the present system, if you was to have your trailers inspected the way they're supposed to be every year, and the chains are rusted or worn or whatever, you need to change them out. This is a lifetime safety device with a limited lifetime warranty that will last the life of the trailer with just a little bit of paint and upkeep.
I appreciate you being on the show. We're going to have Jim back on in the future, and we're going to go out and maybe do some testing and do some things on this thing, because I like this product. I think it's got a lot of potential, and I was glad he could stop by the studio today to wrap up this show. Jim, thanks a lot for being on the show. Until next time, remember, you can have a better life, especially through Jesus Christ.
Amen.